Hello, welcome to Mathematical Universe. In this universe, we will continue on the endeavor to solve basic operations in algebras and integers. So we have problem continuation. Problem 2, if you remember problem 2, I said increase 180 ml by 40%. That is 180 mil by 40%. So to every problem, there is always a solution. Now let us assume the particular item you're talking about is probably just a can of 180 ml, a can that can contain 180 ml. So we are asked to increase it by 40%. In other words, they're asking you to increase the amount it can occupy, or more like the space of that particular item, or the volume of the item, depending on what they are referring to. But as a mathematician, we're not mostly interested in how the shapes look like or what they're actually talking about. We are just interested in manipulating the numbers. So how do you increase this? Now you can use the first method. Let's call this the first method. The first method, we say 100% of the quantity equals 180 mil. That is, we know that this is the total percentage of that particular item. It is 100% of it. So 100% of it is 180 ml. So now we want to increase it by 40%. But to increase it by 40%, we can use a logical method whereby I can say, I want to get the 1% of this. If this is 100%, what will be the 1% of this particular item? If 180 ml or 180 mil is the total container, what is the 1% of that container? So to get 1% of the quantity, I will say I will divide 180 ml by 100. This 100 is representing the percentage, right? So to do this, I can nullify this. Then I know 18 divided by 10, I'll get 1.8. So it means 1.8 ml is the 1% of the quantity. I'm using Q to represent quantity. So 1%, 1.8 ml or mil is the 1% of the quantity. So now I have 1.8 as the mil. All I have to do is just to multiply it by the 140 quantity. That is, I know that 140% of the quantity. And why am I using 140%? I know 100% is this item here. This is the 100%. So if I'm adding 40% to it, it's more like 100 plus 40 in terms of volume for that particular item. So that's why I'm getting 140% of that quantity. So 140% will just be what we have here, 1.8 ml, which is the 1%, multiplied by 140, and this will give us 252. You can use your calculator to confirm again. We have 1.8 multiplied by 140, we have 252 ml. So it means the new volume of this item is now 252 ml after you increase it by 40%. Let's look at another method. Method 2. For solving the same problem, increase 180 ml by 40%. Suppose I want to try another method. So I can say 40% of 180 ml. That is, I want to get 40% of this particular quantity. So 40% of this particular quantity, in order to write it mathematically, we can write it as 40 over 100 of this specific quantity, which is 180 mil. And when you use the word of, you know you're multiplying. So I'm more or less saying 40 over 100 multiplied by 180. This can nullify this. This can nullify this. So I'm more or less having 4 times 18. 4 times 18 will give me 72. Now, this 72 is the 40% of this quantity. However, we are asked to increase by 40%. So it means if this is 40% of the quantity, all I have to do is to add 72 plus the original ml. So this will be 72, or I will just write required quantity. Required quantity will now equal 72 ml plus your 180 ml, and that will equal 252 ml. So thank you. Now look at this problem. We are asked to remove brackets and simplify 3 minus the equal brackets where we have a minus 5 minus 6a close the brackets, then another equal bracket. So what are they trying to say? They're asking us to open the bracket and simplify. Simple as ABC. No big deal. But in this case, we are treating an algebraic expression. So what do we do, or how is it solved? Now, and notice or note there are 2 brackets. Now, to solve this problem, it's very easy. First, we work on the expressions inside the brackets. The expressions inside the brackets. You neglect this first, work on the expression inside the bracket. It means I'm opening this bracket with minus. So to open this bracket with minus, what do I have? I'll write it this way. I will have 3 minus, then I have these brackets a, then minus 5. Minus times minus will give us plus. Then I have my what? 6a. I close the brackets. How do I solve this? I notice these are like terms, so I can do what? Collect like terms. What are the like terms here? A and 6a. They are more or less family members, so we collect them together. And this is representing 1a, because it's just 1a we can see there. So 1a is positive, and we have another positive 6a. 1a plus 6a will give us 7a. So this will be written as 3 minus 7a minus 5. 3 minus, open your bracket, 7a minus 5. What is the next step? The next step is to open this again with the minus. This is more like representing minus 1. So it's just like minus 1 times this, minus 1 times this. So this will become 3 minus 7a. The minus times minus will give us plus 5. Then is there a way we can still go further? Yes, because this is a constant and this is a constant. This is the only odd expression there. So it means this and this are family. We can also do what? Collect like terms. Again, when you collect like terms, this is positive 3, this is positive 5. 3 plus 5 is what? 8 minus 7a. And is there any way we can go further? No other way to go further. So we've removed the brackets and we've simplified. And this is the final solution. And let's solve problem 4. We're asked to remove brackets and simplify this algebraic expression, just like the previous one. So let me repeat the question. I will have 3x, open bracket, 2 minus x minus 5, open bracket, 6 plus x minus 2x squared. Now, how do we solve this type of problem? Very easy. We have to multiply these functions here with the ones inside the parentheses. So what do I have? 3x times 2 give me 6x 3x times minus x will give me minus 3x squared. Then I'm done with this. I'm using this to open this bracket now. Minus 5 times 6 will give us minus 30. Minus times plus will give us minus. 5 times x will give me 5x. Minus times minus will give me what? Plus. 5 times 2 will give me 10x squared. So what do I have next? The next is to collect the like terms. I can see this and this are more or less together. Then this is a constant. We don't have any other constants, but this and this are also like terms. So let's do it step by step. Let's work on this first. I have minus 3x squared plus 10x. I'm owing someone 3 naira, but I have 10 naira. So if I pay the person 3 naira, I'll still be having 7 naira. So this can be written as 7x squared. That is the addition of these two functions. Now, what remains is this and this. 6x minus 5x. I'll be left with positive x. It's like 6 minus 5. I will have 1. So instead of writing 1x, I just wrote x instead. So I'm done with this. Now it's remaining this last portion, which is minus 30. Now this is just the last expression. There is no way to move further than this. No other way to move further than this. So this is a complete solution. Thank you. As remember, mathematics is the world, and the world is mathematical. Thank you.